Okay, so to measure elasticity, we use this formula, which is PED equaling the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. So let's try it with an example. Suppose the price of a cinema ticket rises from £10 to £12. So that's a 20% increase in price. And at the same time, let's assume that the number of tickets sold falls from 100 to 80. So that's a 20% fall in demand. So the PED would equal the negative 20% divided by the positive 20%, which equals negative 1. Now, we usually ignore the minus sign and we just say that PED equals 1. So if PED is greater than 1, then demand is elastic, which means that demand changes a lot. And if PED is less than 1, then we say that demand is inelastic, so demand barely changes. And if PED is 1 on the dot, then we call it unit elastic, which means that demand changes in the same proportion as price. Now, let's look at another example together, just to reinforce the understanding. So if a chocolate bar rises from £1 to £1.10p, then that is a 10% rise. And if sales were to fall only 2%, so let's say the sales were 1,000, but then they dropped to 980. So the PED in this scenario will be the minus 2 divided by the 10, and that equals minus 0.2, which is very inelastic. So the formula helps us move from intuition to numbers, but numbers are only half the story. Why does any of this matter, especially to businesses? Well, that's where we'll go in the next video.